So what's the next step in building our electric guitar kit? We need to put it together slightly to make sure everything's aligned before we start messing with finishes or anything else. Because last thing you want to do is have to sand something down or edit the way that a pocket fits after you're finished with the finish. That's a real bummer. So we're going to take a couple steps and put this together to see how everything works and if everything's aligned. So cross your fingers.
So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take that pick guard off and see exactly what's on underneath. I know I'm going to get some hate from this, but I really don't like Telly style scratch plates. I think that they look cut off and it's just not my aesthetic.
Oh, this is what I like to see. There is no channel. Everything's internalized, which means that I can fill these holes and I have more real estate to do a finish on. That makes me exceedingly happy. A lot of cheaper kits have a channel that runs from here to here that gets covered up by the scratch plate. So that also makes where I don't need to use a single pickup. This is big enough, I believe, for a humbucker or possibly a P90. So once again, lots more possibilities. So next thing we want to do is we want to make sure, save all those just in case I want to use the pick guard. Get it closed. Next thing I want to do is check the fit of the neck. And that, my friends, is a very tight fit, which makes me exceedingly happy because what you want is to have the ability of picking it up without any screws. So that is a nice tight fit. Okay. Next thing we want to do is do a mock setup to make sure that everything's straight.
It's really important to test those screw holes out and make sure they're aligned because if you need to fix something with the alignment, it's a lot easier at this stage than when you're trying to put the guitar together.
Now, this hardware is really, really cheap. I'm only using this to make sure that everything is going to be centered before we go through and start working on the body or the finish or anything else.
So the one thing with this kit that I found out is there are some pilot holes that are not drilled, including the little holes on the back for the tuning machines, but that's okay. I'm going to be using different tuning machines anyways, so it's less holes to fill in. So now I'm just getting those cheap strings and attaching them to the bridge and the 6th and the 1st tuners to make sure that the strings are going to be aligned over the pickup holes as well as they're equally spaced.
See, it has about the same measurements on the 6th string as well as the 1st. So we are all set to go, and we won't run into any snafus when we start putting the guitar together. So, as you can see, everything aligns and everything is good to go. Now I'm going to be doing some body shape edits to it, especially now that I know that there's no channel between the upper pickup and the control cavity. That gives me and you a lot more freedom of what we can do with this guitar body, and I'm thrilled to find out that it doesn't have that cavity access open. a lot of kits, you're not so lucky. And this one I was buying blind, so this is just another reason why you should go to that link and purchase your kit from AliExpress with the link that I have in my link tree, because it is a really phenomenal kit. Yes, the hardware kind of stinks, and of course the strings and the pickups are going to be crud, but we can fix that. Really, truly, we've only invested maybe about $160 into this guitar already, so we're probably going to keep it under $300 for the full make. So next time we're going to be filling these holes in the front of the guitar, since I'm not going to be using a scratch plate, and then we're going to get down to shaping the body.